A lone hiker, deep in the wilderness, stumbles upon something chilling, something that was never meant to be found. At first, it seems like just another day on the trail, until everything changes. What started as a peaceful adventure quickly turned into a nightmare. And what happened next? No one could have predicted. While hiking through the lush jungles of Indonesia, a group of friends stumbled upon a breathtaking waterfall. Excited, they paused to snap some pictures, capturing the beauty of the moment. But when they reviewed the photos later, one chilling image stood out. Behind them, a shadowy figure, draped in a black robe, lurked ominously. None of them recalled seeing anyone nearby at the time. So, who or what was watching them? As night falls over the eerie woods of Angley Island in North Wales, our investigation begins, but almost immediately, something unsettling happens.
As we investigate the haunted woods, somewhere in Anglesey tonight. Said tonight twice, didn't I?
I just want to do a take over here.
A dark, shadowy figure emerges in the top right corner of the screen. Later in the footage, the same area is revisited, yet the figure has vanished without a trace. The team, who spent hours exploring the area, insisted they were completely alone. So what did the camera capture? A trick of the light or something far more sinister? While visiting Rio Claro in Brazil, a group of tourists caught something unsettling.
Uhul! Ih, caraca! Tem uma coisa ali. Caraca, apareceu cara ali no meio da água. Mozinho! Mozinho, você viu o cara no meio da água? Caraca! Ali, mozinho!
A mysterious, shadowy figure resembling a person emerged from the water, only to vanish swiftly into the cascading waterfall. The eerie sight left the onlookers stunned. The tourist who captured the chilling moment on camera shared the footage on YouTube, sparking a wave of speculation. Many viewers are convinced it could be a ghost caught on film. While camping in the depths of Ottawa National Forest, a group of adventurers experienced a chilling encounter. Strange movements flickered through the shadows. And a mysterious figure lurked among the trees. At the time, they brushed it off as a passing animal, unable to make out its form in the darkness. But when they reviewed their footage later, their hearts pounded. What they captured on camera wasn't just an animal. It was something far more unsettling. Deep in a remote California forest, a lone explorer navigates the darkness with only a flashlight. As the beam cuts through the eerie silence, he suddenly stops. The camera captures his hushed, anxious whispers.
You think that was a coyote? What do you think that was? What was it? Do you see it where? Holy crap! Holy...
In the distance, a strange figure moves, towering and eerily human-like in its gait. Its skin shimmers with a reptilian texture, covering its head, arms, and body. The dim light and grainy footage make it impossible to identify. A trick of the shadows? Someone in a suit? But if so, why would anyone be out here in the middle of nowhere, dressed like that? On July 16, 2006, two brothers set out for a hike in the dense forests of Tofino, leaving their family behind at a nearby campground. Aware of the area's reputation for wildlife encounters, they brought along a video camera just in case. As they ventured deeper into the woods, a large, dark figure suddenly appeared in the distance.
Quick, stay back!
the other instinctively raised the camera and began filming. For several tense seconds, they watched. Then, as one brother stepped forward for a closer look, the other yanked him back. Alarmed, they retreated about 50 meters. After waiting in silence, curiosity got the better of them, and they cautiously returned to the spot. Standing in the shadow of a towering tree, they tried to make sense of what they had seen. The creature, an estimated 7 feet tall, slightly hunched, had locked eyes with them before vanishing into the wilderness. What did they see that day? A misidentified animal or something more? A man was driving down a countryside highway in the dead of night when he noticed strange movement and decided to record. In the shadows to the left, a pale, unsettling figure crouched on all fours. But this was no ordinary animal. It looked disturbingly human. Was it just a deranged person, or had something far more sinister emerged from the darkness? Reddit user FearMyBeard21 was driving past a vast meadow when they spotted a dark, eerie figure standing motionless. At first they thought it was just a scarecrow, motionless and ordinary, but then it seemed to shift ever so slightly, almost too subtle to be real. They snapped a photo, convincing themselves it was nothing more than a trick of the eye, and yet its eerie presence lingered in their minds, leaving one unsettling question. Was it just a scarecrow? We may never know for sure. More than a decade ago, a cemetery owner was recording footage of his property when something eerie caught his eye. It wasn't until he reviewed the video later that he noticed a shadowy figure darting behind the graves. Was it a ghoul lurking among the tombstones? An otherworldly visitor? Or just an elaborate hoax? While skeptics remain divided, the man himself insists he has no explanation for what he captured that night. While hiking through the dense forests of British Columbia, a man captured a strange moment on film. In a chilling moment captured on film, a bizarre, otherworldly head briefly emerged between the tree branches. With stark white eyes and an unsettling, inhuman appearance, it was visible for only the briefest instant before the footage abruptly cut off. This fleeting sighting has left more questions than answers. And with British Columbia's long history of cryptid sightings and eerie phenomena, some are starting to wonder, could this be a genuine encounter? While exploring a cave in France, a man stumbled upon a chilling discovery. As he reached a dead end, a chill ran down his spine when he stumbled upon 3 open coffins, their contents disturbingly human. Pressing on, he discovered scattered skulls and a chilling array of bones scattered across the cave floor. The flickering light of candles, eerily affixed to the walls, cast long shadows, deepening the mystery. What could this mean? Could this cave be a forgotten part of the infamous catacombs of Pius? Or is there a darker, more sinister story behind this grim discovery? As Frank ventured deeper into the cave, he stumbled upon a chilling discovery, an unsettling scene that sent a shiver down his spine. Amidst the darkness, he found a collection of odd objects: a dismembered baby doll, a stuffed unicorn, a battered bear, a discarded beer bottle, and even a small torn baby dress. It was as if someone had set up a strange, forgotten scene. Was this some twisted game or a ritual gone wrong? The eerie arrangement only heightened the cave's already ominous aura, leaving Frank with a chilling question. Who would leave such disturbing items in such an isolated place, and why? The sense of dread grew, and a sinister mystery loomed in the air. A few years back, a hiker shared some eerie footage that sent chills down the spine. He was trekking through Huntington, New York, when he stumbled upon something unsettling. Dozens of posters tacked to the trees. But as he got closer, the horror of what he discovered became clear. Each tree was covered with photos of missing people, accompanied by chilling details about their disappearances. A Reddit user shared a chilling video from the Scottish borders. While exploring an old World War II bomb shelter, the group discovered something unsettling. "I used to come here as a kid," one of them said, "with friends and family live just nearby. It's crazy how overgrown it's become."
I used to come up here when I was a kid, like with friends and family that lived close by. Kind of a crazy. I'm fucking stuck. Did you hear that? I thought I heard something. Yeah, it's a bit overgrown. Alright, so. Oh, God, it's really cold in here.
But as they ventured deeper, the atmosphere grew colder, and the air thickened with tension. Suddenly, a shadowy figure appeared at the back of the shelter, a tall, cloaked figure, motionless in the dim light. Was it a trick of the mind, or could this be something far more sinister? Could they have just captured evidence of the paranormal? Stan and his dog Millie were hiking through the rugged wilderness when they unexpectedly stumbled upon an eerie, abandoned mine. Usually calm and collected, Millie suddenly began acting strangely, moving toward the darkness inside the mine despite Stan's frantic calls.
Hey! Where you going? What do you see, girl? What do you see? Do you see something? Hey! Wait up!
But Millie paid no attention, darting deeper into the cave, barking and whimpering in distress. "Millie!" Stan cried, growing more concerned as he chased after her, but soon he lost her in the maze of tunnels. Then he captured something on video that would haunt him forever. What Stan saw left him so terrified, he ran out of the mine without a second thought. He immediately shared the footage online, but questions soon flooded in about the mine's location and whether the video was real. Despite the growing doubts, Stan stands firm, insisting the footage is authentic, especially given the raw fear displayed by Millie in the video. The farmer worked late into the night, operating his machine on the field. He suddenly spotted something unusual in the distance, illuminated by the beam of his vehicle's headlights. There, standing motionless, was a small figure about the size of a doll, its head eerily absent, and its lower half resembling a skirt that swayed unnaturally. The figure moved with an unsettling, almost mechanical precision, drawing the farmer's gaze in a way he couldn't look away from. The longer he watched, the more disturbed he became. That strange encounter left him uneasy, making him second-guess whether he'd ever dare to return to the farm after dark. This man was walking through the forest when he stumbled upon this. In the heart of the forest, a man lies sprawled on the ground, far from the usual hiker or adventurer one might expect to encounter in such a remote place. His movements are erratic, his behavior unsettling. He seems either intoxicated or trapped in some kind of altered state. Strangely, clothes flutter from a nearby washing line, hinting that this man may not be just passing through, but possibly living among the trees. One can only hope that a fellow hiker spotted him and alerted the authorities, ensuring this lost soul gets the help he so urgently needs. A woman was hiking when she stumbled upon something disturbing. Beneath a decaying tree stump, an unsettling sight left her frozen in place. The eerie shapes emerging from the earth looked like either fingers or toes from a long dead person, or perhaps some grotesque unknown creature. After a bit of research, she learned the truth. What she had stumbled upon was Zaria polymorphia, better known as dead man's fingers. This hauntingly fascinating fungus thrives in decaying tree stumps and rotting wood, with dark, elongated tendrils sprouting from the ground. The twisted shapes gave the chilling illusion of skeletal fingers rising from the earth. Once she uncovered the mystery, the woman let out a sigh of relief. It wasn't some sinister omen, just nature's creepy wonder. With her fears put to rest, she continued her hike, the strange discovery now just a curious memory on her path. In April 2015, a Belgian adventurer set out on a daring journey to conquer Mount Everest. As he ascended, disaster struck. A massive earthquake shook the ground beneath him. At first he wasn't concerned, thinking the lack of buildings would shield him from harm, but then the tremors intensified and panic began to set in. Suddenly the earth seemed to roar beneath him.
Come on, guys, hurry! Ah, fuck.
The violent earthquake triggered an avalanche rushing down the mountainside with devastating force, swallowing everything in its path. Struggling to breathe in the dust-filled air, he tore a scarf from his pack, using it as a filter to protect himself as he fought his way to safety. The avalanche wiped out Everest Base Camp, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Despite sustaining injuries and witnessing the tragic loss of 19 lives, the adventurer's resolve never wavered. Months later, he returned to Everest, undeterred and determined to reach the summit and complete the quest he had started. A photo of Erin Potter, a young girl battling leukemia playing outside, captured something truly unbelievable. In the photograph, a mysterious figure looms over Erin, as though watching over her during one of the most uncertain times of her life. Erin's cancer had returned, and she was preparing for yet another bone marrow transplant. To her parents, the figure seemed like a symbol of divine protection, offering comfort and reassurance as their daughter bravely fought on. The latest update? Erin is now cancer-free, which makes the sighting all the more powerful, inspiring, and thought-provoking. And just like that, what started as an ordinary hike turned into a nightmare no one saw coming. But the real question is, what would you do in this situation? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more unbelievable stories like this. Stay safe out there, because you never know what's lurking in the wilderness.
A trail camera set up to capture wildlife ended up recording something truly eerie. The footage shows 3 deer grazing peacefully until something stirs behind the trees. One of the deer seemed to notice it, its head snapping toward the movement. But what makes this even more unsettling is the figure itself. Some believe it could be a person or a cryptid, while others, including me, suspect something far more supernatural. Its almost transparent appearance sends chills down your spine. Unfortunately, the footage is too grainy to reveal the truth, leaving the mystery unsolved. This eerie tale comes from a Reddit user who shared a chilling family mystery passed down by their grandmother. Back in the 1980s or 90s, while returning from a shopping trip with her brother, the grandmother spotted a mysterious woman in a white dress standing by the roadside. Strangely, her brother who was driving saw nothing, even though they were moving at a fast pace. Fast forward to 2009 and the mystery deepened. While flipping through old family photos, the user stumbled upon a peculiar image. Their cousin standing in a garden, the same woman in white lurking in the background. Yet the user's father, who took the photo, swore there was no one else there at the time. Given that the family cottage is surrounded by a dense forest and open fields, the presence of this spectral figure remains an unsettling enigma. While staying at an Airbnb, one night took a chilling turn when they spotted something unusual lurking in the backyard. Grabbing a camera, they captured a dark figure with glowing eyes, an image that has since fueled intense debate online. Some believe it's nothing more than a hoax or a cleverly staged stunt, while others are convinced it could be something far more sinister. Sure, the glowing eyes might belong to an animal, but the figure's unmistakably human shape adds an unsettling layer to the mystery. What do you think? A trick of the light or a true paranormal encounter? In this eerie footage from California, two friends are cruising down a secluded forest trail when they spot 4 deer darting through the trees. But then what was that?
Saw 4 deer. Whoa! What was that? What's that? What the world?
Up ahead, a massive humanoid figure emerges from the shadows. Intrigued yet uneasy, the driver presses the gas, hoping for a clearer look. As they close in, the creature becomes fully visible, and it's nothing like they expected. Before they can process what they're seeing, the figure unleashes a chilling, guttural roar, a clear warning to stay away.
Oh. I am not going in there. Whoa, let's go.
Taking no chances, the driver slams the car into reverse and speeds off, bringing the video to an abrupt end. But here's the weird part if you look closely. It almost seems like there's a zipper running down its back. Could this just be someone in a costume? Or did they stumble upon something far more mysterious? Josh and Sasha, along with their friends Steve, Toby, and Danny, set out on a hike with one goal: finding a hollow tree big enough to crawl through. After some searching, they finally stumbled upon one. The challenge? Squeezing through its narrow opening. The plan was simple: enter from the bottom and exit through the top. But there was one problem. The edges were jagged, almost barbed, making it a one-way trip.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Right, there's room for another shoulder here, but you've got to contort.
No, I can't even turn my head.
Oh, that was scary. If you squirm, yeah, just keep pushing your feet. Do you know what Josh was doing again?
One by one, they attempted to push through the cramped tunnel of twisting wood. Then disaster. Someone got stuck.
Like, just try and get that cheek up. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Josh. Let us know if it's too painful.
Panic arose, but with teamwork and sheer determination, they all somehow managed to squeeze their way through.
Freedom! That was like 10 minutes.
What started as a simple adventure had turned into a tense, heart-pounding challenge, but in the end, they made it. Reddit user SaltyAd7827 shared a series of photos from a recent camping trip, but one image sent chills down their spine. While reviewing the pictures, they spotted a ghostly face peering out from behind a rock, something they hadn't noticed at the time. To make things even creepier, they included another photo taken just seconds apart. Where the eerie figure was nowhere to be seen. This trail camera was placed deep in a remote forest to capture glimpses of wildlife. While it did record a majestic deer, it also caught something far more chilling. A shadowy figure that appears out of nowhere and vanishes just as quickly. The most unsettling part? The deer's reaction. Its sudden shift in behavior suggests that whatever was there wasn't just a trick of the camera. It was real. While hiking down a quiet trail, two friends stumbled upon something extraordinary.
Down the trail, me, Gavin, and Greg. So what's up, Gavin?
Hey, how you doing?
Here's Greg. What's up, Greg?
Oh, barking, no bite.
He's the quiet type. We can't get him to talk. Ah, we know you, Greg. We know you. We know you.
A tree with a hauntingly lifelike grin carved into its bark. But even he couldn't look away from the eerie face staring back at them from the tree. It was almost too perfect, as if someone was trapped inside trying to break free. Was this a bizarre act of nature, or had someone deliberately carved the unsettling expression into the wood? A guy was camping in the woods when he noticed something moving nearby. He grabbed his camera and flashlight and recorded this giant creature walking by. That was where the footage stopped, which left many people questioning what happened next. While hunting in the dense forest of the Pacific Northwest, a man suddenly heard eerie, unsettling sounds that sent a chill down his spine. Grabbing his camera, he began recording, hoping to capture whatever was making the noise. Then, through the thick trees, he caught sight of something strange. A tall figure, its body cloaked in a mass of thick hair, blending almost perfectly with the forest. As it moved, it let out disturbing sounds that heightened the tension, before vanishing into the shadows of the woods. Could this been the elusive Bigfoot, finally revealed? A Reddit user, When Awakened 420, recently shared a series of unsettling images captured outside his remote cabin in the woods. The chilling photos reveal a shadowy black figure lurking near his home, a presence that has filled him with dread. He claims this eerie entity has been lingering outside for some time now, leaving him on edge and questioning what might be watching him from the darkness. In 2012 or 2013, a group of friends decided to add some thrills to their night with a Halloween ghost tour at Concordia Cemetery. Everything was going as planned until they paused for a group photo. Their tour guide snapped the picture and they carried on, unaware of the eerie surprise waiting for them. Later that night, as they scrolled through the pictures, one friend's sister froze. There in the background was a shadowy figure wearing a hat, walking right past them. The problem? No one had seen a single soul there at the time. A wave of fear crashed over her, and she demanded they leave immediately. Back home, she showed the unsettling image to the group. The realization sank in. Either they had missed a real person in the darkness, or they had captured something unexplainable. From that night forward, they vowed never to go on a ghost tour again. Coincidence, or proof of something beyond our understanding? A Reddit user recently ventured into an abandoned town at night, expecting silence. What they encountered was downright chilling.
¿Eres una niña? Oye, güey, si oye que están hablando, güey. Oye. Oigan. Hola. Oye. Oye.
Para allá, güey. Yo lo escucho para acá, carnal.
Sí, para allá se escucha, güey. Niña, ¿puedes venir a jugar con nosotros?
Hola, Choy.
Ay, güey, me
Está hablando, güey.
Está hablando, güey. No mames.
Out of the darkness, faint voices and eerie children's laughter echoed through the empty streets. But how? The town was completely deserted. Were these the lingering spirits of former residents trapped between worlds? Or was it just a trick of the night, an illusion playing with their senses? Some believe it was nothing more than a natural sound carried by the wind. But in a place so desolate, dismissing the supernatural isn't so easy. Flying down a rugged forest trail, a mountain biker was tearing through the terrain when boom.
Fuck off! Oh my...
Out of nowhere, a deer leaped into his path. The impact was brutal, sending the rider soaring over a bush and crashing hard, leaving him battered and his bike wrecked. Miraculously, despite the violent collision, both the biker and the deer lived to tell the tale. Two backpackers were climbing a rock when one of them slipped at a crucial moment.
Oh my nuts!
He lost his footing and ended up dangling upside down. But luckily, his climbing gear held strong, saving him from disaster. He walked away unscathed, just with a wild story to tell. A Reddit user in rural Florida was reviewing footage from their motion-activated backyard camera, normally used to capture local wildlife, when they stumbled upon something chilling. In the first image, bathed in the glow of a nearby carport light, the user is seen walking to their car, but they weren't alone. Beside them stood a tall, unidentifiable figure. The eerie part, the Redditor swears they were completely alone at the time. Just seconds later, the camera snapped another picture, but the figure had vanished, along with a strange glowing light hovering above its head. Even more unsettling, the user insists that no such light source exists in their yard. To this day, they have no explanation for what the camera captured, and they likely never will. While strolling through the woods, Mike couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Then he spotted it, a shadowy figure lurking nearby.
Watch who's stalking who now. Who's stalking who now? Look at that. Do you see a person? Yeah, who's stalking who now?
At first glance, the man seemed ordinary, just another person in the wilderness. There was no one else around, and the way he watched Mike unblinking deliberately sent a chill down his spine.
Okay, ready? Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Look at that. I'm by myself. Look at that.
Alone in the forest, the unsettling encounter left him with a single haunting question. Who was that man, and what did he want? While unwinding with a smoke atop a hill near their camp, a group of co-workers snapped photos of the breathtaking full moon. But when they reviewed the images the next day, their excitement turned to horror. A massive humanoid figure loomed in the background, too large, too unnatural to be human. Even more unsettling, it was captured on multiple devices. This wasn't their first brush with the eerie unknown. Just a year earlier, they had heard blood-curdling screams echoing through the night and glimpsed a towering white figure vanishing behind a hill. They weren't alone in their experiences. Locals have reported hearing those same terrifying screams for years. Is this the work of an urban legend, or did they stumble upon something far more sinister? A camper set up a trail camera in Anger County, expecting to capture the usual wildlife. But when he reviewed the footage the next morning, he found something far more unsettling. At exactly 8 p.m., a strange translucent figure moved through the tall grass. It had a semi-transparent humanoid form with no visible legs, an oddly small head, and an eerie deliberate posture that made it impossible to write off as a camera glitch. Even stranger, the surrounding grass remained still, yet the figure triggered the motion sensor, meaning it gave off a heat signature. Whatever it was, the sight sent a chill down his spine. A Reddit user, Olive for Life, recently took a solo trip to the Eerie Hampstead house in Connecticut and captured a chilling image. The photo appears to show a faint figure lurking in the background. Whether it's a genuine ghost or just a camera trick remains up for debate. Given Hampstead House's long history of ghostly tales, the image has sparked intrigue among believers and skeptics alike. Some are convinced this is real proof of the supernatural, while others argue it's just an illusion. As for the Reddit user, they believe it could be the lingering spirit of a young colonial girl. On June 13, 2018, Wilson was camping deep in the forest when he witnessed something truly chilling, a creature known as the dogman.
Yeah, there we go.
thought so. Maybe that red one with the black face. Oh, looks like him.
What made this encounter even more unnerving was that the creature was visible in broad daylight, making it nearly impossible to vanish into the trees unnoticed. Shaken to his core, Wilson vowed never to set foot in that campsite again. If you ever find yourself in the Appalachian Mountains, remember this rule: never focus on one spot for too long, because if you do, you might see something you weren't meant to. The person who filmed this video learned that the hard way.
The thing right there is creeping me out. I lived here for going on 7 years and walked 100 miles through these woods. Never seen that shape before right there. See it?
At first, it looked like just another stump or a broken tree. The videographer had walked that path countless times and he knew better. Fortunately, nothing happened to him, but what he captured on camera, deeply unsettling. Kevin the Custodian, a fearless ghost hunter, ventured deep into North Carolina's infamous Devil's Tramping Grounds, a mysterious clearing where nothing ever grows. As he filmed his introduction, an eerie figure flickered in the background. Barely visible, but undeniably there. Legends claim the devil himself paces this barren circle each night. Could Kevin have just caught a glimpse of the dark entity that haunts this cursed land? Imagine driving home and you heard a strange loud noise. What would be your reaction? Now a group of friends were driving home after a fun day in the woods, when strange noises began to echo around them. At first it sounded like the typical rustling and chirping of the forest, but the sounds quickly grew louder, darker, and far more chilling. A man was hiking through the forest when he stumbled upon a jar hidden in the grass. It was bound with white rope and sealed tightly with wax. Curious, he pried it open, only to recoil in horror.
It's a shrunken head.
It is, it's a shrunken head.
Is it? Oh my word.
It is a shrunken head.
Oh my word.
Inside, suspended in murky liquid, was a tiny human head. The features were eerily lifelike, shrunken yet unmistakably those of a grown man. The jar itself was small enough to fit in the palm of his hand. Was this some kind of ritual artifact, a voodoo relic, or just a cruel and twisted prank? Whatever the answer, one thing was certain: it was deeply unsettling. When hiking the Goldenrod Trail Loop at the University of North Florida, Reddit user Phoenix Fire decided to test out their new Polaroid camera. One of their shots captured a dead-end sign marking a trail leading to the highway, but when they developed the photo, something chilling appeared, a shadowy figure standing beside the sign, something they hadn't seen in person. Was this an eerie, paranormal presence caught on film, or just a trick of the light playing mind games? While exploring a dense forest at night, a man couldn't shake the eerie feeling that he wasn't alone. The air felt heavy, charged with something unseen. But it wasn't until he reviewed his footage later that the true horror set in.
A full-bodied apparition running away from me. Any spirits in these woods? Spirits in these woods. Any spirits in these woods?
A strange wisp of smoke darted past the camera too fast, too defined to be just mist. Slowing it down, his blood ran cold. It wasn't smoke at all. It was a pale, ghostly figure, moving at impossible speed, as if it were riding a bike. Could this be the spirit of a long-lost cyclist, still racing through the night? While driving home late at night on a deserted road, this person unknowingly captured something chilling on camera. At first they spotted a faint figure in white standing on the right side of the road. But was it real, or just a trick of the mind? It wasn't until they reviewed the footage later that the true horror set in. At the 23-second mark, a pale figure is visible, lingering in the darkness. Who or what was standing there, in the middle of nowhere, at such an ungodly hour? In January 2024, Hannah Wood embarked on a late-night walk through a historic cemetery in St. Augustine, Florida. As she explored the Eerie grounds, an unusual fog rolled in thick, dense, and strangely concentrated in one specific area. Intrigued, she snapped a photo, but when she looked closer, her curiosity turned to shock. Within the mist, a ghostly figure of a woman seemed to emerge. Chilled to the bone, Hannah wasted no time leaving the cemetery. She later shared the photo online, hoping someone could offer a rational explanation, but what she captured remains a mystery. While exploring the rugged landscapes of West Wales, a couple stumbled upon a narrow crack in a mountain. Curiosity got the better of them. As they squeezed through, they discovered a hidden cave system. The walls were covered in eerie carvings.
That's a bench up. I reckon I don't know why I had one there or something.
The carving depicted unsettling figures, cyclops-like beings, headless creatures, and monstrous fiends. A chilling realization settled over them. Maybe this cave was never meant to be found. Could it be cursed? Luckily, they never experienced any strange occurrences afterward. But the question remains, was this an ancient relic of history, or something far more sinister, best left undisturbed? While camping deep in the forest, this person stumbled upon something truly extraordinary. Some say it's a rare natural rock formation, an absolute marvel for any geologist. Others whisper that it could be the petrified remains of a creature frozen in time. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: it's mesmerizing, mysterious, and leaves us with more questions than answers. As Jason wrapped up his hike through the mountain trails, a chilling voice whispered, "Hey." His instincts kicked in. Maybe someone was lost or in trouble. Following the sound, he ventured deeper into the woods. But instead of finding a person, he stumbled upon something bizarre.
Mountains, hiking a trail. Rain came in, and I'm on my way back to the parking lot to get to my car. And as I'm walking by, I could have swore I heard something say, "Hey." Figured I better document this.
An old, crumbling chimney standing alone, with no house or ruins in sight. Then it happened again.
I heard it again.
Oh, shit! The voice was closer now. A wave of dread washed over him. This wasn't someone calling for help. This was something else. Without a second thought, Jason turned and bolted, refusing to look back. Imagine you were just driving to where you want to camp and you saw a ghost. Would you turn back? This man was driving down an old abandoned road on his way to his camping site when suddenly he spotted something terrifying. figure in a white dress was crossing the road ahead. As the man steps out of his car to investigate, he's greeted by nothing but an oppressive shroud of darkness. Was it a person he saw, or something far more sinister? And if it was a person, what could compel someone to wander alone so late at night in the heart of a desolate forest? On February 4th, 2013, a chilling video surfaced on YouTube, posted by maid Addison. She and her friends had been exploring the Umatilla Indian Reservation in eastern Oregon when they captured something truly unsettling on camera.
These guys are braver than me.
Although they were familiar with the area, the eerie sounds echoing through the night left them baffled. Some speculated it could be foxes or coyotes, but local legends tell of far stranger things lurking in the darkness. Whatever the source, one thing is certain: hearing that sound in the middle of the woods is the stuff of nightmares. Perched high in a tree, a hunter films a curious black bear approaching from below. At first it seems harmless, just an inquisitive animal checking things out. But then, suddenly this happens fast.
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get!
But the bear doesn't back down. Instead, it starts climbing. Fast. With terrifying speed, the bear scales the tree, getting dangerously close. The hunter's frantic yelling continues, but the bear seems unfazed. Just as it looks like a face-to-face encounter is inevitable, the bear suddenly loses interest, pausing before climbing back down. Black bears are usually shy and prefer to avoid humans, but they can be unpredictable, especially when curiosity takes over. Luckily, this hunter made it out unscathed. While camping nearby, a group of men decided to explore what was supposed to be an abandoned house. At first, everything seemed normal as they wandered through the eerie structure, but curiosity got the best of them, and they crawled underneath the house to take a closer look. That's when things took a terrifying turn.
You want to take the camera with you?
Yeah. This is an old tree right here, that's for sure.
Yeah. Kyle spoon. Oh, that's cool.
As one of them examined an old 1958 Coke bottle, a sudden heavy thud echoed from above. Loud, deliberate footsteps moving inside the house.
I'm trying to get out.
Panic set in. The men scrambled out from under the house as fast as they could, their hearts pounding. Determined to find what or who had made the noise, they cautiously stepped back inside. But no matter how much they searched, there was no sign of anyone, and no logical explanation for what they had just heard. On December 29, 2014, a dashcam captured a heart-stopping moment on a highway in central Victoria. As the driver headed home from a camping trip, nature had other plans. Out of nowhere, massive trees came crashing down onto the road, barely missing both the recording car and the one ahead. This chilling footage is a stark reminder of just how dangerous it can be to travel through the bush during powerful winds. In this video, a Russian man stands in a snow-covered forest, speaking to the camera. Everything seems normal, until something eerie happens. In the background, an unusual figure emerges, silently moving to the left. Strangely, the man remains completely unaware. Two campers were exploring a remote area in Oklahoma when they stumbled upon an old abandoned house, one that had been empty for years and whispered about in local ghost stories. As they cautiously approached, their flashlight beam swept across a window, and that's when they saw it, a motionless figure.
Looks like it's busted up.
Holy fuck. What? Yo, go.
Since the eerie footage was posted online, no further details have emerged, leaving the mystery and the terror unresolved. While hiking deep in the remote woods far off the grid, a man stumbled upon something truly disturbing.
I pulled the lid off of it, and look at this. What in the world? Why would anybody... That's a pine marten. It's all been skinned and stretched.
Following an old hidden trail, he came across a strange sight, a weathered milk can hanging from a tree. At first he assumed it was a simple marten box, but curiosity got the best of him. As he pried the lid off, the truth was far more chilling. Inside the can, tightly packed, were the remains of multiple animals, a pine marten and several coyotes, all skinned and stretched. The grisly find left him with more questions than answers. Who put them there, and why? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved.
While exploring the dense forest, a hunter stumbled upon something truly mind-blowing. At first, he appears to be chasing after something, his camera shaking with urgency. Then he suddenly stops, zooming in on a shadowy figure moving through the thick underbrush. As the camera focuses, the shape becomes clearer, a towering dark creature, unlike anything seen before. Standing upright with an eerily human-like posture, its long arms and massive frame set it apart from any known ape. But just as quickly as it appears, the mystery deepens. The exact location of this chilling encounter remains unknown, leaving only the haunting footage as evidence of what may lurk in the wild. While inspecting a quiet woodland stream for fish, a fisherman noticed something strange in the water.
What in the heck? I hope that's not what I think it is. Oh my gosh. Are you guys seeing this? I'm not even lying to you guys. I think that is a freaking mountain lion.
The long, unmistakable tail sent a chill down his spine. Determined to get a better look, he grabbed a large stick. He carefully lifted the mysterious figure from the water, his heart pounding.
What is that? Look at that. Look at that. You guys see that tail?
The animal may have drowned after an injury, fallen victim to illness, or lost a fight with another predator. Whatever the cause, the sight left the fisherman deeply unsettled as he walked away. Captured by hunter Michael Green in the Wari National Forest, this eerie footage claims to show Bigfoot spotted through a thermal camera. Take a look. A massive figure moves through the trees, its heat signature glowing against the dark backdrop. Green is convinced this is Bigfoot, pointing to its size and movements as undeniable proof. But with the video's grainy quality, skeptics argue it could be anything. So, what do you think? Is this the legendary creature caught on camera, or just another case of mistaken identity? A hunter reviewing his cabin's CCTV footage stumbled upon something truly extraordinary. The video starts with a massive bear casually roaming around, sniffing the area without a care in the world. But suddenly, the unexpected happens. The bear panics, scrambling up a tree in sheer terror, a tiny, fearless dog charging straight at it. Barking furiously, the little guardian holds its ground, refusing to back down. Only when the dog gets momentarily distracted does the bear seize its chance, hurriedly climbing down and making a break for the forest. This man ventured into a remote, desolate forest when he came across something deeply unsettling. A hunched figure lurks in the distance as the man continues recording. Suddenly, the figure snaps its head toward him and without warning drops to all fours and charges. Panic sets in. The man turns and flees, his camera shaking wildly before the footage cuts off abruptly. Some believe this terrifying encounter could be with the rake, a legendary creature known for its grotesque, hunched posture and eerie, unclothed appearance. Others remain skeptical, questioning whether it was just a person exhibiting bizarre, unexplainable behavior. What do you think? While strolling through the woods, Mike couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. Then, he spotted it. A shadowy figure lurking nearby.
Watch who's stalking who now. Who's stalking who now? Look at that. Do you see a person? Yeah, who's stalking who now?
At first glance, the man seemed ordinary, just another person in the wilderness. But there was no one else around. And the way he watched Mike unblinking deliberately sent a chill down his spine.
Okay, ready? Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me I'm crazy. Look at that. I'm by myself in the light. Look at that.
Alone in the forest, the unsettling encounter left him with a single haunting question. Who was that man, and what did he want? Kevin and Jamie ventured into the woods, eager for adventure, but their excitement quickly turned to unease. A strange noise echoed through the trees, a raspy, unsettling breath.
Let's get a point. What was that?
That sounded like some wicked breathing over there.
You heard it?
Yeah.
Before they could process their fear, their eyes locked onto something even more chilling. A woman in a disturbing mask, gripping a large stick, shouting words they couldn't understand. Then she moved. She was following them. The two bolted, their minds racing with questions. Was this some elaborate prank, or had they just stumbled upon something truly sinister? As the trail camera rolls, 3 deer graze peacefully on the right side of the screen, unaware of what's about to unfold. Suddenly, a mist-like mass drifts across the left side of the frame. Instantly, the deer snap to attention, their heads rising in unison as they track the eerie phenomenon with their eyes. But here's where things get truly unsettling when the footage is slowed down. The mist's movements don't resemble ordinary smoke or fog. It moves with an eerie precision, as if guided by an unseen force. The deer's intense reaction suggests they sense something we can't, a presence beyond our understanding. Some in the paranormal community believe this could be more than just mist. Could it be a spirit crossing into our world? It's on the 8th of June, 2024. A horrifying discovery shook a village in an Indonesian forest. A shocking discovery sent waves of fear through a small village after a local woman went missing for days. Desperate to find her, villagers scoured the area until they came across a massive reticulated python with an unusually large bulge in its stomach. Fearing the worst, they cut the snake open and were horrified to find the woman's remains inside. While these powerful predators are known to swallow large prey, no one ever imagined one would consume a human. Now the entire community is gripped with fear, questioning just how close danger truly lurks in the wild. While hunting in the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, a man suddenly heard eerie, unsettling sounds that sent a chill down his spine. Grabbing his camera, he began recording, hoping to capture whatever was making the noise. Through the thick trees, he caught sight of something strange, a tall figure, its body cloaked in a mass of thick hair, blending almost perfectly with the forest. As it moved, it let out disturbing sounds that heightened the tension, before vanishing into the shadows of the woods. Could this have been the elusive Bigfoot finally revealed? One afternoon, a woman wandered into the woods, drawn by the quiet mystery of nature. As she ventured deeper, she stumbled upon an old abandoned building, its decaying frame swallowed by time. A chill ran down her spine as an eerie sensation washed over her. She wasn't alone. But what she captured next sent shivers through her soul. From the right side of the building, a dark, shadowy figure peeked out, watching. At that moment, she had no idea something or someone was lurking dangerously close. As he drove toward his next destination, something strange caught his eye on the side of the road.
Hey, yo, what the fuck is that? No mames. That shit's going off fast. That's not a person at all, bro. That shit disappeared. Wait, what the fuck?
In the distance, a small figure darted across the road at an unnatural speed. It had a human-like shape, but no person could move that fast. Stunned, he grabbed his phone and posted the video online, hoping someone, anyone, could explain what he had just witnessed. In the dead of night, two campers wandered down a secluded trail, their path illuminated only by the dim glow of their flashlights. As they neared an old rickety bridge, something caught their eye, a rope dangling from the railing, swaying ever so slightly in the breeze. Curiosity got the better of them. They pulled the rope up, expecting, well, they weren't sure what. But the moment it emerged from the darkness, their blood ran cold.
It is. It's a head.
A head?
It's a head.
I thought it looked like a head. What kind of head?
I don't know.
Is that a mannequin?
Voices trembled as they examined the eerie object in front of them. It wasn't a severed head, but a mannequin's, pale, lifeless, and worn from the elements. Something was scrawled across its surface in jagged red letters.
Babe.
Just a head. What the?
That ain't just a, that's not just a head. What's it? What's it say?
Do you see me?
Do you see me? Do you see?
Then the realization crept in, slow and suffocating. They weren't alone. Someone or something was watching them. In this video, Water Skipper ventures into the mysterious Masonic cave, a place shrouded in secrecy. Originally used by Freemasons for meetings starting in 1938, the true purpose of these gatherings remains unknown. Since 2019, the cave has been mostly off limits to the public, with only rare openings. As Water Skipper squeezes through a narrow tunnel, he emerges into a massive chamber. What he finds next is chilling. Rows of wooden bleachers suggest large-scale gatherings once took place here. But the most intriguing discovery? A peculiar stone slab at the far end of the chamber sparked speculation about its connection to secret rituals. Rumors persist that the cave is still in use today, with whispers of clandestine meetings happening in the shadows. A hiker sets out on a 2-day journey through a vast, untouched forest, eager to capture the beauty of nature on camera. But as he ventures deeper, an unsettling feeling creeps over him. While recording his surroundings, he stumbles upon something eerie, a strange hut, crudely built from massive branches. Intrigued, he steps closer, camera rolling. That's when it happens. A deep guttural growl echoes from the darkness outside. His heart pounds as panic sets in. He bolts, but the forest isn't done with him yet. As he moves further, the sound of rustling leaves forces him to turn his camera toward the noise, and then he sees it. A towering figure, monstrous in size, shakes the trees with terrifying force. The sheer scale of the creature is undeniable against the towering forest. Overcome with fear, the hiker flees, vowing never to set foot in those woods again. In 2010, a group of friends set out on a nighttime adventure, camping and exploring the woods in search of paranormal orbs. Armed with cameras, they snapped photos of each other and their eerie surroundings. But it wasn't until they reviewed the images later that they noticed something chilling. One picture stood out. A pale claw-like hand gripped a tree, and behind it, a shadowy humanoid figure seemed to be peering at them. Yet, during their entire trip, none of them had seen or heard anything unusual. They all made it home safely. But the question lingers. Was something or someone watching them in the darkness? After driving for over 3 hours, exhaustion was starting to creep in. The road ahead stretched into the darkness, silent and empty, until something strange caught his eye. A lone figure, draped in white cloth, moved along the roadside without a light. At first he brushed it off, maybe just someone wrapped in a blanket, but something about it felt off. The eerie sight sent a chill down his spine. Was it just a wandering traveler, or was there something far more sinister lurking in the night? Jim loved spending his weekends venturing into the wilderness, embracing the beauty of nature. One day, as he wandered deep into the forest, he paused to take in the breathtaking scenery. But just as he was soaking in the moment, something unusual caught his eye. A shadowy figure moved between the trees. Jim squinted, trying to make out what it was, but he was too far away to see clearly. The mystery sent a chill down his spine. Was he truly alone out there? Reddit user Jake Chairs is seeking answers about a chilling photo taken by a relative during a camping trip. The image, captured on an iPhone, shows Jake walking alone on a hill, except he's not actually alone. Two eerie, transparent figures appear to be following him. Strangely, Jake insists that no one else was there at the time, and he didn't notice anything unusual. So, what exactly did the camera capture? In 2016, while hiking in the picture, he sits peacefully enjoying the view. But if you take a closer look at the background, you'll notice a mysterious figure. If it was a person, how did they even get there? Get ready for the next spine-chilling encounters that will leave you on edge. Scuba divers. Scuba divers were filming fish when something unexpected happened. A bolt of lightning struck the water's surface above them, unleashing a shock wave that roared through the depths like an underwater explosion. The sound, amplified by the unique way it travels underwater, was deafening. One diver, with 25 years of experience, likened the experience to being slammed by a speeding truck, leaving him so rattled he couldn't dive for days. Miraculously, despite the sheer force of nature, the divers escaped without any serious injuries. Creepy woman. This group of people was wandering through the woods when they came across something downright. You could see a pale figure cloaked in black standing eerily still among the trees, her presence chilling under the beams of their flashlights. She didn't move, didn't speak, just stared back at them, unblinking, as if daring them to come closer. The group called out, their voices trembling, but she gave no response. In a bold, perhaps foolish act, one of them hurled something at her. The object struck, and to their utter horror, the figure toppled over instantly. Panic surged, and without a second thought, they bolted out of the woods. But the question lingered in their minds. Who or what had they encountered that night? Cryptid monster. This person was hiking when something truly unexpected happened. A bizarre figure suddenly emerged from behind the pipeline, darting into view. The creature's hunched, hairless body was entirely exposed, its eerie movements sending chills down the spine. It sprinted with unsettling agility, its hands nearly grazing the ground with each stride. To this day, the true identity of what or who this man crossed paths with remains a chilling enigma. Blood. A group of friends decided to use the Randonautica app for some fun and adventure, but their harmless outing took a bizarre and unsettling turn.
What is that?
It seems pretty fresh.
Is it blood?
No, that could be paint. Hold up, is that a trail? Wait, look.
So there's like a blood trail, so we're following it right now. So the blood leads over here, and it keeps going.
Wait, what is that? Is that fresh? One of them asked, pointing to something on the ground. Another leaned in closer. Is that blood? Nah, it can't be. Wait, could it be paint? But then someone spotted something even more chilling. Hold up, look at this. It's a trail, a blood trail. Curiosity outweighed their fear as they decided to follow it. The eerie path led them under a bridge, the smell turning foul as they ventured further. Man, it reeks down here, one of them muttered. Yeah, but look, the blood trail's getting thicker, another replied, their voice uneasy. This is so messed up. Then something happened that none of them could explain. As they looked around, someone said, "All right, I'm going. I can't do this." But just as they turned to leave, they heard it. "Help me." A voice, faint but clear, echoed from the shadows. Yet, when they looked around, there was no one there. Panic set in, and the group bolted, abandoning the trail in their curiosity. To this day, there's been no follow-up on what they heard or saw. Was someone truly in need of help? Or was it all a sinister trap to lure them into danger? Haunted. Train. On September 2nd, 2024, TikTok channel TRF Hobby, known for its fun, train-inspired content.
I don't think anybody's driving. I'll pop up and see. Whoa, that's a creepy skeleton. This has been moving for a while. Yikes.
Posted something that sent chills down their followers' spines. The video followed a man on a camping and hiking trip through the woods, exploring abandoned railways in hopes of snapping photos of some forgotten trains. But after a long trek, he stumbled upon something incredibly bizarre. Oh boy, what do we have here? Spooky train of some sort. That's weird. To his shock, he discovered an old train slowly moving on its own through the desolate woods. I don't think anybody's driving this thing. Let's hop up and see. As he climbed aboard, his heart skipped a beat. Sitting in the engineer's seat was what appeared to be a creepy skeleton prop. Thinking it might be a prank, he decided to investigate further. But what happened next was beyond anything he expected. I wonder where it's headed. Let's see if we can open this door. Before he could finish, he froze. Inside the train, a white, ghostly figure floated silently. Pure terror washed over him as he realized this was no ordinary prank. He bolted from the scene, leaving behind the unsettling sight of the self-moving train. Was this an elaborate joke, or something far more mysterious? And most haunting of all, how could the train move on its own? Selfie with a ghost? A driver in Armenia, Colombia, the man took a selfie near a cemetery and everything seemed normal. When you first glance at the photo, it seems ordinary. A man sitting alone in his car. But take a closer look at the back seat and chills are guaranteed. A strange woman appears to be sitting behind him, her face eerily resembling a mask. The man swears no one was in the car with him when the photo was taken. To add to the mystery, the account that originally posted the image has since vanished. While skeptics dismiss it as a hoax or a glitch in the camera, others are certain there's something supernatural at play. The origin of the image remains an unsolved enigma, leaving everyone wondering who or what was really there. Hiking gone wrong. A man was hiking in the rain in East China province when he experienced a life-threatening accident. He lost his footing and tumbled off the cliff, but just as disaster seemed inevitable, a sturdy tree broke his fall, saving him from what could have been a life-altering injury or worse. Gettysburg. While camping in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a family experienced something so astonishing they immediately stopped what they were doing and started recording. Don't move.
I don't see nothing down there. Can't be the motorcycles, honey. There's another sparkle. You see what I'm saying?
What is that?
Tree.
No. You moved it, right? Right there. See?
Uh-huh.
Look.
There's nobody there. I can't see.
Look. Isn't it those people?
Can't be.
There's nobody.
Not up in the trees.
There's nobody down there no more. See?
Right there. See it? I don't see anything. Well, it can't be the motorcycles. Honey, look, there's another spark. Do you see what I'm saying? What is that? That's not a tree. Look at those figures. There's nobody else out here. No trees. Nothing initially. They thought the strange lights and movements might just be other people. But as they watched closely, the figures moved in ways no human ever could. Some believe these were the ghostly soldiers of the Civil War, eternally marching in the same lines they did on the day they fell. Skeptics suggest the lights could be hikers' flashlights, but the family insists it looked like nothing they'd ever seen before. Abnormal. This trail camera captured some disturbing footage. From the shadows of the dense trees emerged a strange creature, its movements fluid and alien, blurring the line between reality and illusion. Abandoned church. A photographer stumbled across an abandoned church and couldn't resist exploring its eerie beauty. As he examined the faded pictures on the walls, something unsettling caught his eye, sending him sprinting out in panic. Later, while reviewing his footage in slow motion, he discovered a spine-chilling detail, a mysterious figure staring at him from a window. In another frame, just moments before he fled, the same figure appeared seated on a bench. The haunting discovery leaves one lingering question: who or what was watching him? Ritual. This YouTuber set out to explore a remote, eerie area notorious for bizarre activity. As he ventured further, strange, unsettling sounds began to echo through the trees. Chilling enough to make anyone's heart race. Then, he saw them. A group of figures cloaked in black robes stood ominously in the middle of the forest. Panic surged and he bolted, only to stumble upon yet another sinister gathering. Was this a glimpse into a real-life ritual, or had he unknowingly walked into an elaborate hoax? Either way, it was a night he wouldn't soon forget. creepy sounds. A man hiking deep in the forest for 4 months suddenly heard this, a chilling sound echoing through the trees, sending shivers racing down his spine. Heart pounding, he bolted, but the haunting noises clung to him, surrounding him from every direction. What kind of sinister force could be creating such unsettling sounds? Grandfather or grandmother took a photo of her granddaughter during a trip. Everything seemed normal until she reviewed the pictures later. In the second photo, a shadowy figure materialized beside the girl, sparking an eerie thought in the grandmother's mind. She believes it could be the spirit of her late husband watching over them. The figure seemed to mirror his posture, had a similar build, and even appeared to be dressed in the same clothes he once wore. Airbnb. 2 friends were spending the night at an Airbnb when they heard heavy footsteps pounding across the roof. It was late, and curiosity mixed with unease spurred one of them into action. Grabbing a camera and flashlight, he stepped outside to investigate.
The fuck is that? What in the fuck? Wait a minute. Hey!
As the beam of light swept across the roof, he froze. What the? His voice laced with confusion. Something strange was up there. Determined, he climbed up for a closer look. But by the time he reached the top, whatever it was had disappeared. Where the hell did it go? He muttered, scanning the shadows. Little did he know, the mysterious figure hadn't gone far. From a hidden spot, it seemed to be watching him. Some claim it was the Rake, a pale, terrifying creature of myth known for its sudden and violent attacks. Others dismiss it as a person in a mask or even an elaborate prank. But one unsettling question lingers. How close was he to danger? Kiowa Haunted Street. On November 13th, 2023, at exactly 3:25 a.m., a camper sat in bed, engrossed in a game of bingo on their laptop. The quiet of the night was shattered by a faint, eerie sound. Drifting from outside a horse's distant neigh. The haunting cry echoed across the campsite. Once a bustling horse farm, but now eerily abandoned. Gripped by curiosity, they grabbed their phone to record. As they pointed it toward the darkness, a chilling sight emerged, a ghostly white figure materializing out of the shadows. This wasn't the campers' first unsettling experience at the infamous farmhouse. A sight steeped in tales of paranormal activity. But it was the first time they captured something this spine-tingling on camera. Parka mother and her young daughter were enjoying a day at the park near a thick forest. As her daughter laughed and played, the mother captured the joyful moments on video. But it wasn't until she reviewed the footage later that she noticed something deeply unsettling. Behind her daughter, a strange face had appeared, its features eerily unnatural, almost mask-like. The mother, who later shared the video online, insisted they had been completely alone in the park that day, adding an even more chilling layer to the mysterious sighting. Highway May. In April 2010, a group of friends was driving home late at night when something strange caught their attention. Off to the side of the highway, a vehicle was parked, its purpose unclear, but as they got closer, they noticed a figure moving slowly along the roadside railing.
ده بني ادم ابن كلب على فكره عايد ابن سلوطه جاهز عربيتك يا شريف اطلع يا شريف اول ما يجي اطلع يا شريف لا يا عم ما ينفعش يا عم ممكن يكون مكبوب على فكره يا عم اطلع والله العظيم ما اقعد هنا يا عم اطلع
At first, it was hard to make out the shape, but as it came into focus, it became chillingly apparent. It was a person, draped in white, walking with eerie deliberation. The driver froze, panic setting in. He shouted in Arabic, his heart racing, and slammed on the gas, speeding away from the unsettling scene. Yet even as fear gripped him, one thought lingered in his mind, gnawing at him. What if that person was in desperate need of help? Each of these encounters is a stark reminder of the risks and mysteries that come with exploring the wild. Always be prepared, stay alert, and respect nature. Have you ever had a hiking experience that sent chills down your spine? Share your story in the comments below.